Are you sick and tired of going to multiple physical therapists with limited improvement? Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Hahn, expert physical therapist and former U.S. national team athlete in the sport of Taekwondo. In today's video, I want to share with you a unique approach that I believe can finally help you break that cycle of frustration. It's what I call the martial arts of listening. Many of our clients come to us after months or even years of trying different treatments, hoping for results but finding none. Whether you are suffering from a new injury or perhaps failed conservative therapy in the past, I often hear the same question. I've been to physical therapy before. How do you know this time will be different? And my response is simple. To know if I can help, I need to listen first. But here's the thing. Listening isn't just about hearing your story. It's about understanding the whole picture of who you are, what you've been through, and what you need to move forward. That's why in our practice, we take listening to a whole new level. So, what is the martial arts of listening? Let me explain by walking you through 5 key skills that make all the difference when it comes to truly understanding and treating our clients. Skill number 1, listening with our ears. In martial arts, one of the first lessons you learn is to listen with your ears. When your master speaks, you don't just hear, you listen intently, absorbing every bit of wisdom and instruction. That's exactly what we do here in the clinic. We listen deeply to your story, your pain, your frustrations, your goals. What have you tried? What hasn't worked? What impact has this had on your life, both physically and emotionally? Every word you share with us gives valuable insight, helping us paint a complete picture of what you're going through. It's not just about your symptoms. It's about understanding your journey. Skill number 2, listening with your eyes. When I was competing at the highest level, I had to be completely attuned to my opponent's every move, their stance, the way they shifted their weight. Even subtle changes in their breathing could give me the advantage I needed. As a clinician, I use this same skill. I'm constantly watching your movements, how you sit, how you walk, how you move through space. These small details can tell us so much about your pain and what's causing it. I've had patients who didn't even realize that a tiny limp or a slight favoring of one side was contributing to their problem. But by observing, we can uncover these hidden clues and begin addressing the root cause. Skill number 3, listening with your hands. In martial arts, your hands are essential tools, not just for striking, but for sensing your opponent's intentions. Are they tense, relaxed, ready to strike or retreat? As a clinician, my hands are equally important, but instead of an opponent, I'm focused on you. Whether I'm performing manual therapy, guiding you through an exercise, or palpating an area of discomfort, my hands are constantly listening. They help me feel what's going on beneath the surface so I can respond accordingly. For instance, I might feel tension or restrictions in certain tissues that tell me more than words ever could. That tactile feedback helps me adjust your treatment in real time, making sure we're always moving in the right direction. Skill number 4, listening with your brain. Listening doesn't stop with just hearing, seeing, or feeling. It requires critical thinking. After years of experience in both athletics and clinical practice, I have learned that no 2 patients are exactly alike. What may seem like a typical injury often has layers of complexity that need to be unraveled. By listening with my brain, I'm constantly analyzing the information you provide and connecting the dots, whether it's your symptoms, your movement patterns, or your history. This is how we solve the puzzle, even when others have failed to do so. It's about being both a detective and a healer, working through all the factors that contribute to your pain. Skill number 5, listening with your heart. Finally, and most importantly, is listening with your heart. In martial arts, your heart guides your discipline, your passion, and your respect for the journey. In my practice, it's about empathy. I know how disheartening it can be to feel like no one is truly listening to you. Or worse, that no one believes in your potential to heal. That's why at HealthFit, we listen with compassion. We understand the emotional toll that chronic pain or failed treatments can take. It's not just about fixing your body, it's about restoring your hope and confidence in yourself. Let me share a story that illustrates this martial arts of listening approach. While I was still a sports resident at the University of Pittsburgh, I was approached by one of the lead orthopedic doctors with a challenging case. It involved a wide receiver on the football team who had torn his ACL, the major ligament in his knee, earlier that preseason. He was a few weeks post-surgery, and his knee range of motion was severely restricted. From the outside, it looked like he had simply given up. He wasn't progressing in his rehab, and to some, it seemed like he was just a lazy athlete who wasn't willing to put in the work. In high-level sports, it's easy for cases like this to get lost in the shuffle. There aren't enough resources to spend extra time on difficult cases just like this. But something told me there was more about this story. That's where the martial arts of listening came in. I listened carefully, not just to what he was saying, but to what he wasn't. When I took the time to dig deeper, I found out he was scared and overwhelmed. Athletics was his livelihood, and the realization that he was going to miss the entire season was heavily weighing on him. Add to that a lack of support at home and mounting pressures from his coaches and teammates. It became clear that his emotional state was deeply affecting his ability to engage in his rehab. Through listening with my ears, I picked up on the stress and fear that was paralyzing him. By observing with my eyes, I noticed his body language, defeated, tense, and hesitant. When I worked with my hands, I could feel the lack of engagement in his muscles, confirming what I had already suspected. The issue wasn't just physical, it was emotional too. I used my brain to connect the dots between his mental state and his stalled physical progress. Finally, I listened with my heart, understanding the deeper emotional toll that this injury and the recovery process were taking on him. He wasn't a lazy athlete. He was a young man who felt like his entire future was at risk. Once I had a clear picture, I was able to have an open and honest conversation with him. I laid out what was at stake if he didn't commit to his rehab, but I also reassured him that he wasn't alone in this process. We worked together, building a plan that not only addressed his physical recovery, but also provided the emotional support he needed. By listening with intention, I was able to help him refocus and fully engage in his recovery. And over time, his range of motion improved, his strength came back, and he returned to the field stronger than ever. So, if you've been struggling with pain, if you feel like you've tried everything but nothing's worked, ask yourself, has anyone really listened to you? At HealthFit, we believe that healing starts with listening, really listening. We are here to help you reclaim your health, regain control, and return to the life that you love. If you're ready to experience the difference that true listening can make, don't hesitate to reach out. Whether you give us a call, visit our website, or stop by the clinic, we're here to listen. Take care, and we look forward to being part of your health journey. Hey, if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for our latest tips coming to you every week. Share this video with your family and friends. It might just make their day a little bit better. I'll see you soon.